Hello, can you see me down there? I'm going to show you how to make a ladle for a soup tureen, or whatever you want to use a ladle for. You can make them big or small and use it for a gravy boat or a soup tureen or anything like that. So what I've done, I threw this little piece here, little bowl, put a spout on it like I've shown you how to do in that video that I did on a pitcher. And this is a very similar thing to what I used on the salsa to make those salsa things. And then I pulled a relatively thick handle here, and it's tapered. It gets thinner as it goes down. So I'm going to just take that handle, cut it off like that, cut this end off a little bit too, and then I'm going to apply it to this piece, but there's a few other steps involved, so I'll show you how that works. One thing that I like to do is do a little decorative thing here at the end. And I do various things, but this is one of the things that I do that's fairly simple. Excuse me for a second. So I just roll that with this little pony roller so that it's like that, fairly thin, little pancake. And I just turn it and roll it up. Ooh, this clay is a little short, so it's cracking a little bit. So that gives a little twisted look like that. And then I'm going to apply this, and you just determine how much handle you want to have. It's a little bit more than I need. I'm going to cut a little taper there, so I cut that at an angle. Yeah, this clay is not bending very well. Sometimes if it either dries too long or if it's, in this particular case, I just think it's not terribly plastic. Now there's a right hand ladle and a left hand ladle, so I put slip on both of these. I'll explain what I mean in a second. And then add some pressure, push that in, like that. But this obviously, if you pick it up, you're going to use it this way on your right hand and then pour out the spout that way. If you put it on the other side, then the spout would be over there, and that would be a left hand ladle. Sometimes I'll do one left hand ladle and maybe 4 or 5 right hand ladles. Then I take a little piece of soft clay and apply it right here where it's joined. Make sure it's damp enough. Roll out into kind of a little football shape. Put it right there where the handle and the bowl join together. And I'll just sort of pull it like that and leave the little finger marks in it. So it adds a little design and it strengthens it right there at that end, or at the joining point. Now this is wanting to crack. I should have put this together earlier. Yeah. I think it'll be okay, but it's definitely a little stiff. So I gave it this shape. It comes fairly straight there and then turns down fairly rapidly. This makes sure that it has a nice place to sit, because when it's put in the kiln, you're going to have a little area right under there that's unglazed, and then this back part is going to be unglazed unless you put it on stilts, which you could also do if you use, this is stoneware, so it'd have to be a high fire stilt in this case. So this is ready.
Over here,
it's done basically.
Walk around. And now this is bisque fired, the soup tureen is. Actually part of it's bisque fired and part of it isn't bisque fired. The little tray that it sits on didn't get in the bisque, so that's going to be bisque fired a little bit later. But basically these are the parts. There's a little tray that it sits on, and that has a little groove in it so that it makes it stable, and that has to fit the foot. So the foot sits down in there like that. And then when on this lid, when I cut out the place for the ladle to go, I save this little piece so that can be put in there. And actually I didn't do it this time. Usually I put a little loop here as well, and then you can use a cord and tie them together. Otherwise this will probably get lost, but at least it looks nice when I sell it. This type of lid has the gallery in the lid like that, and then this becomes just flat rather than having the gallery there. Got some babies in there. I'll have to throw those out. This has a little design in the side, as you can see. So you can see how it fits, actually, if you can see through that little hole right there. So that
piece, this flange that comes down, holds the lid in position. So let's see. So let's see if this fits in there. Oh, I wouldn't do this because this one is still very soft as well. But that's how it'll look. So it makes a nice presentation. And then you might even make bowls to go with the whole thing. That's it. So that's how you make a soup ladle. Thanks for watching. See you later.